A Gosport man has been recognised for his work in raising awareness of the impact of living with a diabetes-related amputation. Barry Smith was given 2 awards by charity Diabetes UK, including their top accolade, the Sir Steve Redgrave Award. Our reporter Ben Trepass went along to meet him.
Barry was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes in the late 1980s. Then, in 2008, one innocuous moment set off a chain reaction of events that saw him forced to have his left leg amputated. The cause of this trauma, a solitary rose thorn. But for Barry, it was the spur to ensure that there is a great awareness of the risks that life as a diabetic can hold. Now he's been given 2 awards by Diabetes UK to acknowledge his contribution to the area's campaign.
I'm obviously very pleased, but I'm pleased that I'm able to do something to help people who are diabetic to understand that there are ways they can protect themselves. Particularly with regard to feet. I do know something about how it happens, how you have an accident and something goes wrong, and then you may lose a toe or a leg, or part of a leg, and those are the things that it's very sad when it happens to somebody. I can laugh about it now. I've been experiencing it for long enough to say things silly like, yeah, but the advantage is, you only have to wash one sock every week. Every day, because prosthetic feet don't sweat and that sort of thing. But it's not really funny, but if you don't laugh about it, well, you might as well give up life, mightn't you?
People with diabetes are over 20 times more likely to have a lower limb amputation than someone without the condition. The number of diabetes-related amputations reached an all-time high in 2015, with on average 135 per week in England, according to analysis by Diabetes UK. Bringing attention to the issues faced by other diabetes sufferers is something Barry feels strongly about.
Part of my living is that I should be living to help other people no matter what. That's regardless of how hampered I might be. So I've continued doing all sorts of things. I continued for a while preaching within the Methodist Church. I've continued doing work for the National Union of Teachers. Having been on the National Executive, I'm actively still involved in that. And when a friend asked me if she could put my name forward to Diabetes UK to speak about the problems and help with any publicity, really, I was only too happy for Carol to give my name to Diabetes UK. And from there, things have since happened, such as being made aware.
Fareham and Gosport has one of the worst rates of diabetes-related amputations in the country. Indeed, a diabetic living in this area of Hampshire is 7 times more likely to suffer the ordeal than the best-performing region of the country. Barry explained why he feels the region has such a poor rate.
Fareham and Gosport, there is a terrible number of people having to have amputations because of diabetic traumas to their legs, and that's not good. And it needs the publicity for people to understand that it's a serious problem, and to help people to understand what they can do to avoid that. As I say, people need to be aware that they need to take care, they need to eat properly and the right things. The old thing about 5 a day may be one of the things that helps people to eat better, particularly when they're diabetic. You need to have your checks done that you are supposed to have done. You need to ensure that your surgery do those things.
Ben Trepass, for That's Solent.